Welcome to day 2 of your distance learning. Yesterday we reviewed division using traditional and partial quotients. Today we're moving on to now what do I do with a remainder? Yesterday we just simply said remainder of 4. Today we're going to move into actually doing something with the remainder. We have 4 different options when it comes to interpreting our remainder. The word interpret is just a fancy word for to make sense of or to use. So how can we use our remainder in a reasonable way? Okay, the key word here is reasonable. Depending on what the scenario is, will depend on how we use our remainder. Word problems are necessary in math because they give reason to our numbers. Without a story behind the numbers, there is no purpose for them. But as soon as I know that it's 12 Skittles or 12 horses or 12 cars or 12 basketballs, now I can determine what should I do when I have things left over. Today we're going to focus on just 2 of the 4, but what I want you to see is on the left-hand side, our remainder likes to dab. Take a second right now and get those dance moves out of the way, because remainders, they dab their way out. In fact, they are multiple. They do dabs on their way out. Okay, today we're going to learn when to drop the remainder and ignore it altogether, and when I should add the remainder up. Okay, if I'm going to ignore the remainder or drop the remainder, it's because my question is only asking for a whole number or the full amount that can be made. But we also want to think, could this item easily be split up in real life? That's where that reasonable word comes in. Okay, if I have 2 extra Corvettes left over, I do not want to split those up in real life. Okay, I want to leave them as whole cars. Okay, so a question might say, how many full vases of flowers can a florist make? And then we would ignore the flowers that could not fit inside the vases. The other option is when I need to add a number to my quotient. This is when I need to include everything no matter what. Okay, so think of going on a field trip. If we're going on a field trip, we're not going to leave anyone behind. So if we have 135 students in 5th grade and cars can only fit 6 people in each car, we're not going to leave those extra few people at school. Instead, we're going to bring one more car, even though it's not going to be all the way full. Okay, so anytime we want to include everyone or everything, the other scenario I think of is that Mr. McFadden collects special basketball cards or collectible items, and he buys the pages that fit so that all the cards have a protective surface around them. And so if he had all of his cards and there were 6 or 7 that were left out, he would not want to choose 6 or 7 to not be protected. Instead, he would buy one extra page, even though he might have a couple extra empty spots. It's better to protect them all and have some not used than to leave some out. So today, you're about to watch a video of a teacher going through the same word problem, just with the question is different each time, and then you'll get a chance to try it yourself.